Are the new Necrotic Grips any good for Gambit? Well, let's find out. Hi guys, it's Anforge Gaming here, and today we're going to talk about Destiny 2 and if the new Warlock exotic Necrotic Grips is any good for Gambit. First off, if you haven't gotten the Necrotic Grips yet, you can get them within the Legend and Master difficulty lost sectors on Europa and the Cosmodrome. The specific sector changes daily, so if you'd like to know which lost sector you can grind them from and when, I'll put a link in the description down below for this. So what the Necrotic Grips do is they have the perk Grasp of the Devourer. Damaging combatants with melee attacks corrupts them with increasing damage over time. Defeating a corrupted combatant spreads the corrupting effect to nearby targets and restores melee energy. We're going to be looking at the grips for one particular role within Gambit. The role I feel it's most suited for, Collector. The reason for this is if you pair this with the Thorn and Bottom Tree Void subclass, you can get two types of Devour. You get Devour from your subclass and Soul Devourer from Thorn. Devour provides you with healing when you kill an enemy, of which we are going to be killing a bunch. Now because Thorn does corruption damage when you kill an enemy with it, Thorn then procs Necrotic Grip's effect, granting a wave of corruption to all enemies surrounding the enemy you first killed. This is amazing. If we're using this loadout, we give ourselves high survivability to get in the thick of the action and collect every mote we can, while spreading a wave of corruption against our enemies. Now, let's talk about mods. Our main aim here is to get as high a strength stat as possible. The higher your strength stat, the quicker your melee cooldown, so we can keep getting Devour and spread corruption. This is what will give us constant healing while in the thick of the battle. On our helm, we have strength plus 10, hand cannon targeting, and radiant light. On the grips, we have strength plus 10, hand cannon loader, and shield break charge. On the chest, we have strength plus 10, shotgun reserves, and reactive pulse. We have reactive pulse for three reasons. When we are charged with light, we can release an arc wave which damages enemies around us. It also grants us an overshield when we complete a finisher, giving us more survivability, and it procs our radiant light secondary effect, giving us an extra plus 20 strength. On the legs, we have strength plus 10, 2 recuperations, and charged up. And for the class item, we have strength plus 10 and taking charge, which allows us to get charged with light. For the weapons, we are obviously running the Thorn in our kinetic slot. For our energy weapon, we are running the 7th Seraph CQC-12 with the perk rolls on this being auto-loading holster and Vorpal weapons. The mod I am running is Major Spec. This will help us deal with blockers and yellow bars quickly so we can bang all the motes that we've gathered. For our power weapon, we'll be running the Falling Guillotine with the role Relentless Strikes and Whirlwind Blade, and the mod is Boss Spec. This will allow us to do big damage to the Primeval once it has spawned. I took the approach of consuming my grenade so I would have Devour active going into every enemy spawn sequence, meaning when I am damaged, the next kill will top my health up. If we are low on health in the midst of battle, we have several options to regain it. Number 1, kill an enemy and Devour will regain our health. 2, use a finisher to gain an overshield. 3, consume a grenade to regain Devour and gain health. 4, use our melee ability, regain Devour and subsequently our health. 5, use a healing rift. Number 6, run to any power orbs and pick them up. This will also give us charge with light. As soon as we have 15 motes, bank them, rinse and repeat. If an invader comes along, my advice would be to hide and let your teammates deal with them. This build isn't for fighting guardians. However, if there is a way to force them to come close to you, do it, and you should use the sword or shotgun to give you a fighting chance. Necrotic Grips combined with a Thorn could do a tremendous amount of damage to large hordes of enemies. The main issue this build comes across are big yellow bars, and since the changes made to Gambit go from 3 rounds to only 1, this is a bit more of an issue, as yellow bars are more present. However, in Gambit, I have found this build to be very effective, especially against the Fallen and the Hive. When you land a shot on Thrall or Shanks, you have a wave of corruption that quickly decimates enemies, allowing you to pick up a lot of motes very quickly. Overall, I would say the Necrotic Grips are a good exotic to use within Gambit, but requires a lot of forethought with the overall build, and needs to have the Thorn to make the most use out of it. But as you can see, that extra bit of work really pays off in the end. I hope you guys liked the video. If you'd like to see more builds and reviews around Gambit and Destiny in general, let me know in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.